name now. That was weird that it was like
So weird. I even
Samsung A3516A.
That's
how
Kayla
weird.
Morgan's
Yeah.
voice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like Kayla Mills or Kayla Morgan.
I sound a little scratchy too because I haven't been feeling good the last couple days. That's why I'm muted most of the time.
Oh,
You're
my eldest
good.
tested positive for strep A today. I was just like, he
Yay.
just had it at the end of January too. I'm like, yeah, I've been
Can
pushing
you
the
not
ProBio
like
5 since Friday.
is there different strains? Like strep A to me sounds like it's the same one. Don't you get immune to it?
No.
Hmm. I've never had strep, so I don't know.
I had it when I was younger. I don't think I've had it as an adult.
My sister got it when she was younger. I remember that. I remember
It's
like
super
looking at her
contagious though.
white tonsils and I was like, oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to do some wins real quick? Got anything else to share?
I'm just loving the momentum
Yeah.
and that I have so many people doing the reset right now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You said Courtney was gonna post, right?
that I don't know. Stacy posted.
Cece posted.
Courtney, I asked,
Okay.
and I see that I have a message waiting from her because she just wrapped up day 3 of hers
Oh,
today.
did was that in our, oh yeah. She messaged
Yeah.
both of us. Yeah, she messaged me earlier today and was like, I'm proud of myself. I did everything right, stayed on it to a T. She said she just finished it. Like she's not even done, you know? Um,
Right.
She says, my loss is funny. My measurements stayed the same or went up half an inch, but I lost 3 pounds. But she's also like not done. So,
Yeah.
but
She'll
I
still see
messaged
more
her
tomorrow.
and I was like, we're in the long, like, this is the long game, right? Like, you're just getting your toe wet. So I'm trying to, like, regardless, don't get discouraged kind of situation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So couple things that I wanted to talk about today. So I want to do this for all of you. Kayla, this is kind of what we were talking about. So what I want to do is host a Zoom for each of you and your teams. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to set up, it's going to be like a 25-minute Zoom. I'll share, you'll share your story, snippet about the products kind of thing. And then I'll drop your link or a link so they can get on the website, take the quiz, see what it recommends. And we're going to like, yay, yeah, you should grab that. $10 off if you get it. Well, actually, so we're not going to do $10 off. So to help get people, we're literally going to buy people onto the Zoom, to be totally honest with you. I'm like, if we get them on, they're going to order. I don't even care. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go halvesies with you, with everyone on these, where I'll put in half the pot, you put in half the pot. We sign up 1 or 2 people, we're all getting our money back. Okay. So,
Right. So, oh, go ahead.
oh, no, you're good.
I was thinking the enrollment thing, like, because I had quite a bit of interest on my Happy Easter thing, and I'm like, I kind of want to give them all free $9.95 and just sign up, like, because we'll make my money back.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have a ton, but that's what I put it up with because we did the Happy Spring when it was free enrollment, right? And I just changed it to Happy Easter. And I almost took that off. And then I was like, you know what? I'll pay the $10. Like, I'm totally cool with paying their $10. And so I have a girl that I've been working on for a little bit. Like we've been having a really good conversation, and I'm getting to the close with her. And when I quoted her price, I was like, oh yeah, just take that $10 off. I'm not even going to tell her about the $10 because, that's what I posted about. So I'll just send her $10 after she orders. Which hopefully that's going to be tomorrow. Knock on wood. That's when we're going for. I'm getting my first 3 by tomorrow. So with kind of getting people on the Zoom, we're going to put out $5 for each person, for each guest, basically. So for every prospect you bring on, we're going to give them a $5 Amazon gift card is kind of what I'm saying. And then you're going to go to your team and have your team also invite people to get on. And what to kind of incentivize that a little bit more is their prospect gets 5 people, or we're going to call them their friends. We don't say, hey, your prospect. That's weird if they're not even telling anyone, right? So we're like, your friend's going to get $5 for coming on the call and listening in. And you will also get $5. So yes, that ends up being $10, but
It
they
gets
get
people there.
Yes, it gets people there, and it gets your person asking people to get there. And the whole idea is for them to see the simplicity of it. Okay. And it's literally just that $5 is just to get their butts on the call. Okay. So the whole thing is, first of all, I'm not getting on a call unless there are 3 people on there. So you need to get your own prospects and get your team to have some prospects. This is like my time and your time all at the same point. So I will set a time and date that we're going to do it, but you have to have at least 3 confirmed yeses that they're going to be on the call with us. I definitely would go for 5 to make sure we have 3 there, because we all know how people are. Right. And they have to be on to get the $5. It is not I watched the replay, you get $5. They got to be on. So that's what I'm putting out for you guys to help get a little bit momentum, get more people exposed. This is a great way to follow up. This is a great way to reach out to new people, all of the things. Does anybody have questions on that? Like any clarifying of what exactly they're doing, where we're giving money? Nope. Okay, cool. So this is something we'll just message, we'll personally message and set up the time and date that's going to happen. Okay. And ideally it's going to be within this next week before our next call next Tuesday. Okay. And then I know I've shared about this, but you guys, I got to tell you, it's a home freaking run. This prayer message that I've been sending out, home run, absolute home run. And so this is what I've done. So I downloaded my Facebook friends list. I just went to YouTube and I learned how to download it. I can show you guys, I could do a little Zoom and record it and send it to you guys too. But I downloaded my Facebook friends list and I put it into a Word document basically.
Mhm.
And so what I do is I pull that up and I name on top. I actually went down a handful of names just because like I'm already in like super active conversation. I don't know. I just went down like a month or 2 and that's where I started. And it just said name. And I have I've done this. I think I started on Thursday. So I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I skipped Sunday. I took all Easter with my family. And then I did Monday, yesterday and today. And I just basically recorded a voice message that says, hey, I'm spending intentional time in prayer right now with it being Easter season, or like I just said, this week after Easter, that's what I said this week. And I would love to pray for you. Is there anything on your heart that you would like me to lift you up for? That's basically what I said. And all I do is I forward it and I just go down my friends list that I have and I just send. I have sent about 50 every day. And I am nowhere close to getting 50 responses and I'm totally fine. I am one of those, like if I send a message and they respond, awesome. I'm not going to go back and see if they read it. I don't care. Like if they read it and they didn't respond, that's fine. Unless it's like they're interested in Plexus and we're in an active conversation, I will follow up and say, hey, did you get a chance to listen to my message? Like I'll do that sometimes, but that's different. Like if this is just hey, I want to pray for you and they don't respond, they don't want me to pray for them. That's cool.
Right.
Totally fine. But I have like some days I get more responses than others. Today I haven't gotten a whole lot back, but that's totally fine. Like I've gotten a few back. So I'm sending about 50 a day and I don't go into a space of overwhelm when I start getting responses. I let them come in and when I have time and space to respond to them, I do. But this is multiple reasons why this is a gold mine. It's the easiest reach out to ever exist. It's one of the most beautiful reach outs to ever exist, right? You're literally saying, I want to pray for you. And I'm truly praying for them. Like their message rolls in and I pray for them in that moment. And then I also, if something is really sticking on my heart, then I'll keep praying for them. Like I went for a run today and there was a couple that were on my heart. So while I was running, I was praying for them. Also, they're kind of sort of handing you a silver platter of their health issues and what they need from you. I have a list of a handful of them that I am going to reach out very much from the heart and say, hey, you have this going on. I can help you. Like some people, like I had a girl today tell me that her house is about to be foreclosed on because she lost her job. Guess what? I can help her make her money. I have another woman who has like, we have got this incredible conversation. She has like just opened up, like vomited everything out to me, like about things her husband's going through. She's got a back injury. Her 16-year-old daughter is an addict and they're trying to get her, well, they have gotten her help, but she's just telling me everything about her daughter and her daughter's dad that's also an addict and all these things. And so like, not only have I had built this incredible relationship with this woman in like a day, but I have so much that I can help her with. Right. And so like, it is creating this really beautiful prospect list. And I'm not even really having to do much. Like it's taking out the, like, let me go to their Facebook page. What are they posting about? Let me comment on their stories. What should I message them? And it is just, it's all being done for me. And it's like, it depends on how many I send out. Like, cause when I do, there's a few, really the only people I'm not sending the message to are like people I know that are part of Plexus, but I have sent a few out to people that are part of Plexus just because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to send it out. So, I'm not every single one necessarily sending them a message, but I basically like their name is there. I send them a message. That's kind of how it's rolling. And I just do it until I feel like stopping. I'm averaging about 50 a day, probably. I counted yesterday and I had 47. Today I was just kind of like, yeah, let's go. Let's groove. I don't know. I have no idea how many I sent out. It just felt good. I've also had people respond to me like, oh my gosh, God is so good. I needed that so much. I am in tears right now. Thank you. I had a woman today like, Michelle, we don't know each other really, but that was so sweet of you. I actually we really need the prayers. And I was just asking God of how else he could lift us up right now. And you showed up. Like, you guys, this is incredible. Like, it's seriously like the most incredible thing I've ever like come up with an idea for, I feel like. So I've been doing this and I know it's going to help create a lot of momentum with my business. And it also is it's just like really filling my cup. Hey, Davis. So I really want to like, you guys should do it. That's kind of the end of the story of like, this has been such an incredible tool for me. And also when people message me and sometimes they're very like, hey, yeah, can you pray for my mental health? Like I've had someone say that. And, I had someone say like, I haven't had a job and I'm running out of my unemployment in June and I really need a job. And so I ask for details and I do it in a way that's not like, what does this woman want? I say, and this is very, very true. God likes details. I say, I know God likes details. And if you're open to sharing more, I would love to hear more details so I can pray very specifically for you. And like the woman with her job, I said, what do you feel like your purpose is? If you could, what would your dream job be? What would the location look like? What would the position be? What hours would you be working? How much would you be making? Like I said that to her, like very specifics, because the more specific you are, the more likely you are to get that. So when I dig a little bit deeper, they go deeper. Some of them don't, which is fine. Like I ask for their permission to share more, for them to share more, right? But that is just like helps you get to a deeper level of relationship, but also they're literally giving you their pain points. I don't have to do anything. They're just like spoon feeding me. Like, oh, thank you. That was so easy. But it's like, I am spending 10 minutes messaging 50 people and it's been so good. So part of what I wanted you guys to do this week was create a goal for how many you were going to reach out to every day or in the week. So if I do a lot of batch work, which basically means like instead of spending 5 minutes every day sending messages to prospects, I spend 30 minutes one day or 2 days out of the week sending them. Does that make so instead of like this little chunk here, little chunk there, little chunk, I'm like big chunk. So that's why instead of if you prefer to do more of the batch where I'm like, I'm going to reach out to this many people in the week. My 2 days that I'm going to reach out are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Instead of like 5 days, I'm going to reach out to 5 people each day. So I want you are going to set your own goal here. And if your goal is to grow by like 50 points this month, you should be reaching out to at least 5 people a day. And that's going to be 25 in the week. Okay, so that's one of your pieces of your homework. But if you take me up on this prayer challenge, you guys, you're going to message 25 like in a day in 5 minutes. I'm telling you, it's clockwork. And I literally am just like, I do this until I feel like stopping. Until I'm like, I don't feel at peace with what I'm doing anymore. That's my stop time. And I'm not kidding you, it's less than 10 minutes. So you can pick if you do the prayer challenge or not, but if you do it, I want to know what comes out of it. I think it's a beautiful thing that I've just over here created. I'm like, I might just forever have this be my thing. Once I get through my entire friends list, I'm just going to start over again. I got 4,000 people. It's going to take me a while. So the homework is going to be getting your Zoom set up, getting a time. We're going to pick our time first, and then we're going to start creating our list, sending out invites, talking to our team members, right? So that's your first piece of your homework. The next piece of your homework is you can either do the prayer challenge and you're going to be like busting through. Like if you tell me that you're going to message 200 people in the next week, I'd be like, you're doing the prayer challenge. That's easy. Like, let's be like, usually I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to 25 people, but I'm like, shit, I got this. You guys, I'm all over this. It is so good.
One question with that is if they do respond, do you just add their name to your prayer list or do you send them another voice message praying with them specifically?
I always respond, and I don't pray necessarily in the message back, but I say how I'm going to pray for them. So I am so sorry you're going through this, or my heart breaks for you, or, I like whatever I relate. I will absolutely be praying for you. And then, I talk through it like I do with any kind of message. Like I am going to pray for, the judge and the courts to see the right in this. I'm single mom. Mom going through a divorce over here. You surprised, Elise? Had this
No,
one.
I actually just submitted that to like our church women's prayer group on Facebook and then to the CTK one because I have a friend that has a hearing on Friday.
Yeah, I had a couple people message me that they're like going through court. And so one today was, they have court in a couple days. And but I also she asked about to pray for the courts and that kind of stuff. But I also said, I'm gonna also pray for you and your kids through all of this. And so I say what I'm gonna pray for them. And sometimes I'll ask more questions if there's a space for it, and sometimes I just leave it. And then I am kind of keeping a little bit of a list of names. But a lot of it is I actually just pray for them in that moment, just because it's a good sense. And then, like I said, if it's something that's really sticking to my heart and I feel like God pulling on me to pray for them more, like I did on my run today, I just pray for them more on those specific people. So I pray in the moment, and then if it's coming to more, if there's more moments, there's more. Okay. But I also I have a lot of their names written down of reasons I'm going to be following up with them, or if I want to keep building that relationship with them, I've written their name down too. And so I'm going to be revisiting it and hey, I've been praying for you, and pray for them all over again and bring it all up again and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Talk about purpose in life and work, huh? My job is to pray for people. How cool is that? Okay, so that's homework. Okay, so next thing I want to go over real quick is kind of helping in our conversations. When it comes to, okay, you've got someone interested, how do we have that conversation? So two things, I dropped 2 separate notes kind of in the chat, if there's 2 different chats, but whatever chat you're in, there's a note in there. One of them is a link to an app that's called Boards. It's a really cool app. I will tell you, I don't utilize it as much as maybe I should. There's just so many different things out there. I use it. I literally just use it for other people that have created a board. I steal their boards. So it's really cool that you can share it. So the board that I shared in there is from a woman. She's a diamond actually in the company. It's Whitney War. She literally, it's literally her word for word and the pictures that she sends. And the like, hey, I'm interested. So while some of it you can't word for word, some of it you literally, it's a conversation, right? Tell me about your health goals. What are you looking to achieve? You know, you have to have a somewhat of a conversation, but it is her verbiage that she has through that conversation. So that is a great tool that you guys can utilize. I always tweak things because I need it to sound like Michelle. I need it to fit the conversation, the person's goals, all of that. I'm always referencing what their goals are, how it's going to make them feel, that kind of stuff. But I also dropped in the chat some notes that I took from our training with Brooke. So Brooke obviously is also a diamond, of kind of her conversations. And it's more of like the piece after you go, what are your health goals? You relate with them, you tell a little bit of your story. So in some of like when I'm asking what their goals are, how it makes them feel, I like part of what I do is like talk about how I relate to what they're going through, or I'll just kind of bring up like, oh, that's got to be really hard for you. When I was in a similar space, it was really hard for me to not be a snappy mom and to give my husband a lot of love that he deserved. Do you feel like that's something that's showing up in your life too? How is this affecting your relationship? So instead of being like, how do you feel? You are going deeper. Like you're personally going deep of how it made you feel or how it affected you. So that instead of them being like, I'm tired. Like, how does it make you feel? I'm tired. Like, I get that. Like when I literally say, how does that make you feel every day? I will get a response of, I'm tired. You know, like that's not really what I was going for. Let's go deeper. So if you go deeper, they'll go deeper. So that's kind of a way of getting more of like, how does that make you feel? How does that show up in your life? Or I can also talk about like, I had to cut back my hours with work because I didn't have the physical capabilities to work as much as I wanted to because of my health. Do you feel like this has been affecting your finances, your work, you know, like you're getting into more of like, how is this showing up in their lives? If they felt better, they could make more money. If like money is an issue, if they felt better, they can make more money, right? And it's not just that they're going to make money with Plexus, like in their job, they could be more productive and potentially make more money. So that's kind of a way to get a little bit deeper with them. But then it comes to like, you have to ask for the sale. You can't just be like, oh, well, there you go. You have to say, so it's kind of like you're asking permission. You're always asking for permission. Can I share with you? So I'll kind of go through, I'm going to read it a little bit and kind of talk through the snippets of kind of, okay, we've gotten what their health issue is, how they make them feel. And now we're going in for like, let's start selling them something, right? We got to make money here. We're not just here to like fluff and talk about ponies. So saying, I'd love to support you. I'm a big fan of the word support. And when you say something like, I'd love to support you, it is very much of being like an open, like, I am here for you. I am being a servant to you kind of thought. Here's what it would look like. I'd like to customize supplements that would help your body with X, Y, and Z. So we're going back to their health issues. So you can show up, and then we're going back to like the feelers, you know, so they're tired, but really what does that mean for their life? How is them being tired showing up in their life, right? And also help coach you through a couple lifestyle changes. So we're not just selling them supplements. Like, we want to come right out of the bag and be like, I'm not just here to sell you some shit and peace out. Okay, I'm going to coach you through a couple simple lifestyle changes. This is what it would look like. Step 1, we get you aligned with the right supplements. Step 2, guide you with how to take them. Step 3, work with you on a lifestyle support to give you better results. So this is you showing, I am here to coach you. I am here to be your friend. I am here to help support you. Once again, going back to the support, like, this is not just me selling you something and calling it a day. Like, I truly care about you. Would you like me to share what would be best for you? So you're asking permission. Okay, so that's kind of the first step. And then when it goes into making recommendations, an option is to make a big recommendation and a little recommendation. So you're giving them both. You're welcome to do what works best for you or what you feel is best on your heart. A lot of the times will just give them the big option and just see what they say to that. But you can also go in with this can shorten the conversation a little bit if you give them both options at the same time too, FYI. I go with, like, when you present the big one, you always present it first, and you always present a big one. Okay, you guys all know that, right? You've always present the kitchen caboodle. And with the kind of presenting that one, you want to say, this first one is going to give you the very best results. I want you to have the best results you can possibly have, and this is going to be the best shot at it. Okay, so you're definitely selling the big one. Like, this is the cream of the crop. You want it, right? And so talking about, then we're going to tell them how simple what it is what it is. Okay, because a lot of people be like, oh, it's this big, huge system, and I have to change my whole entire life. No, we're going to tell them how simple it is. So you're getting this many products. So you're going to get 7 products. And then I also talk about, okay, so you're going to be taking a couple capsules in the morning that are going to help give you, one's going to be a multivitamin to give you your essential vitamins and minerals, because our food is lacking in them. So that's important to be up there. I just kind of roll through what the products that I'm going to recommend. Okay. So a capsule that's going to help regulate your digestion, so you're no longer going to be constipated all the time. You're going to shake up a yummy little drink and have that at the same time. Like, here's your morning routine. You're going to shake up a drink with your breakfast and take a couple capsules. And then at bedtime, you're going to take a couple other capsules. One's going to be a probiotic that's going to help heal your digestive system and get rid of that bloat you're carrying around all the time. And another one's going to help reduce the inflammation, which is all of that pain that you have in your body. Does that, so that's option A. And then option B is going to be we're going to just dip our toe in, and we're going to see what kind of results that we can get from this and a few lifestyle changes. It's also an incredible option. You're going to be getting 3 products. You're just going to a couple capsules in the morning with your drink and a couple capsules at bedtime. Like, it's the same kind of thing, right? All simple system. That's how basic it is. Which sounds like the best option for you? So that's your question. You always have the question. Okay. So that's kind of a way of running through. Here's option A, here's option B. We're talking about simple, how you take it. If they're like, yeah, that sounds great. What exactly are the products? You can send them a graphic if you want. Here's the graphic. Here's each of the products, so they can see a little bit more about it. And then they're basically going to say, option A sounds better. Option B sounds better. They're going to pick their option. And from there, you're closing. Great. Do you have 15 minutes right now? I'll give you a quick phone call. I'll help you get your products ordered. Okay. So I move right into getting it ordered at that point in time. If it's sending a cart, we need to talk about the cart real quick, because we send out carts and they sit there for 2 weeks. Not working, right? So what you do is you send the cart link and you say this expires in 24 hours. It doesn't matter if it actually does or not, you guys. You just tell them it expires in 24 hours. But also, so you say, here's your link. Your card expires in 24 hours. The site can be a little glitchy sometimes, which is true. I'm not lying. Why don't you go ahead and click the link now? Give it a second to load, because you guys, if you haven't tried to load it, it does take it, like it pulls it up and it looks like there's nothing there, and then it actually pulls it up. So give it a second to load. Let me know if everything's in there. So then they're going to come back and say, yeah, everything's there. Okay, great. It's going to just take 5 minutes to check out. I've got 5 minutes to wait here. Why don't you go ahead and do that? And I'll be on standby if you have any questions. When it comes to the referral link, just put your first and last name, no spaces, because everyone gets the referral link and they're like, I don't know what to do here. So you just address it right out of the way, right out of the bag. And that's it. Like that gets them in the cart right away, checking out. Not dragging it out. I'm still all over the phone calls, totally honest. Like it makes sure that they order right away. I go through all of their questions. I set them up for success. I ask them about who's going to do it with them. Like I do all of that while I'm on the phone. And it also takes away any issues of like, I don't know what to put here, or I don't know how to put this in my cart. That's the wrong flavor. Like it just, I got it. Maybe it's the control freak in me. I don't know. It just works.
Is there any bypass to what happened the other day with how I signed up Anne, or is there no like way that it could have been prevented?
I'm not exactly. Did you signed her up, or did you create in a cart? What did you do?
No, I signed her up over the phone, and I wasn't logged into my account, but it like when it asked for the ambassador, like, are you working with somebody? Mine was already in there.
Yeah.
And it would not let me change it because I was just going to put Courtney's phone number in there.
Right.
But it wouldn't let me, like, it was hard edited in there. So I'm like, I don't know what I did.
I've had that. I think if you like closed all the way out and like cleared your cookies or your cache or whatever,
It probably saved my referral link or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I've had someone, it was a while back, but they like ended up ordering on some like super like person that nobody knew, like was nowhere connected, but they're like, I pulled up the website and it was just there.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Okay.
So that would be my only thought.
I was just like, well, dang, I don't want to like, obviously I want to empower people, but it was like Courtney was like 4 days into signing up herself, right? And I'm like, I will help you get your mom signed up. And I was just thinking, but I was like, well, dang it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that happen. I do know that like once it says this is your person, like that's your person. I do know that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever had it pull up where it's like automatically me.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
And then I was like, oh man, I don't want to back out of everything because I'd already put her card information and I mean, it's like everything was already in there. I just needed it. And I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Any other questions?
Okay, remind me if I'm not on mute later.
We're talking about toes.
Yeah. So the gal you'd been helping me talk with this last week, her name's Danya. I talked to her tonight at work, and she said she was going to do it, but she hadn't got to it yet. I said, okay. I guess Crystal has given her link, and I said, if you want to sign up under Crystal, that's fine, because Crystal's underneath me as well. But with her old account, how would it get transferred to us?
Oh, she has an old account. So there's two options.
Well, I told her that we can change it somehow, but I'd have to ask, or a different email account would be better. She goes, I have two, but I don't remember which one I used.
So
the
system will tell her. Yeah. So if she has another email she can use, I would just, so if when she puts her email address in, it will say email address in use when she goes to sign up. So if it says that, use the different one. I
told
can,
her that was the easiest. I know that.
yeah, I can clear out her email, her other one, but I would need her email. Like she would have to send it to me and she doesn't know which one she used. So, so I would just have her sign up on the other one. And if she, whatever one it is, like if she wants the other one cleared, if she prefers that being the email that she gets all of her stuff to, I can clear it out. So you can just send it to me and I can have it cleared for her.
Yeah, because she was talking tonight about, she's the lowest paid, she's a unit clerk at the hospital, and that's one of the lowest paid positions and stuff. And she said when she tried before, she just, she's not pushy, she's not a salesperson. I said, neither am I. I said, all the help I've been getting is from my team. I said, they are helping me.
Yeah, and that was so you guys, I don't were you on the call? Did you hear me talking about the call that I had yesterday, the woman I signed up?
Yes.
Yeah, so she
Oh, she already had 15 names by the time you were done?
Yeah. So she was on the products, I don't know, like a year ago. She is a friend of a Facebook friend. So like I don't even know the friend that she signed up with besides Facebook, right? We didn't like build a whole bunch much of a relationship from that, but like we're still on Facebook and we've actually been chatting a little bit. And I put up a post, and honestly, it's a little bit of a sleazy one that makes me cringe a little bit, but it starts conversation, so I did it. And it was basically, I'm slammed, need help, remote work available. She commented on it and she's like, well, actually I got, and the Shaw Jones, who went fast start silver in literally an hour, she was already signed up, but she commented on that, and that post helped her go, I can make money, I'm in. And we had an incredible conversation and she's totally sharing and all of that. So that post like has done me good. But Janice is her name, the lady I just signed up yesterday. She commented on it and I messaged her and she's like, I'm super interested, I really want to talk. So we had an 1.5-hour phone call yesterday. And one of the first things she said to me was, I'm not a salesperson. I've tried this stuff before. It's not for me. I can't sell anything. And by the end, she was like all in, already building, like talking about who all of her runners are going to be, like one of her good friends, her pseudo daughter-in-law, they're not married yet. Like she's like, this person really needs this, she'll totally share. Like I'm gonna call her as soon as I get off. My mom, my dad, my kids, my friend, like she's all over, like all of these people, like she's already got names. She's like, we got off the phone, she literally called 2 people. We haven't signed anyone yet, but it went from I'm not a salesperson to I signed her up and she's all over it. So it's just how you have that conversation of like, that was right, of like, I'm not either. I always like, I get them to see like, we're like, when we say we're not salespeople, all we're relating to is a used car salesman.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a salesman when they're relating it to a used car salesman. We don't want to be sleazy. We don't want to be pushy. We are here at the end of the day to help people feel better. We are salesmen, but if you think about it, we all sell something. Like if it's just ourselves, like we're selling ourselves to be an employee, right? We're selling something all the time, whether you make money off of it or not. Like, hey, I really like my super awesome pen and I post about it. I sold a pen for somebody. I didn't make any money off of it though. So that's just like, when you have those people of like, I can't sell anything. Well, actually you can. You got yourself a job. How'd you get the job? You went to an interview and they hired you because they saw something in you that they wanted because of how you presented yourself. Boom.
That's like Courtney. She's like, I'm not good at sales. She's like, finance I can do. Sales is not my thing. I'm like, girl, you already signed up your mom before you even started. Like, it's sharing,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. And we all know people. I had a girl that was like, I can't think of anyone. I was like, let's put a post up. Okay. Done. I'm working on them. All right. Questions? Nope. Everyone got their homework? We know what we're doing? Okay. So drop it.
Figuring out time for our Zoom event.
Yep.
And then how many reach outs or / prayer challenge.
Yep.
Okay. And we need to drop it in our Powerhouse sharers
Well,
chat.
so the Zoom will just message me. I'll help you schedule it. But your goal, drop it in the
Okay.
chat.
Like
And then
accountability.
you also have to reach said goal for your link.
Okay.
So if we haven't hosted your Zoom by next Tuesday for the call, it at least needs to be on the schedule, right? So it needs to be scheduled, hopefully hosted by our call next Tuesday. And then you have to actually reach your, whatever that goal you set for yourself by the call as well. Okay. It's pretty easy.
Sounds good.
We're going to work some magic this week though. 19 days, guys. Let's go.
Oh, it's happening.
It's happening. All right, friends. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Have a good one.
Good night,
Have a
ladies.
good night, everyone.